of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Today is a lucky day.
I'll protect us. Stand with me. I see everything.
Take flight!
you ran off to? We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What?
It's you. I apologize.
You got sick? We'll go find it.
No. It's nothing like that.
You run on energy? You mean...
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it. You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up, constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure you're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priestess, sooner. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway.
We'll find it for you, and then we'll read it out to you, to help...
You do that for me? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
Whoa, look at all these petitions! So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on... This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she... Let's track down that book and help her... Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy plus...
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was the wrong one. It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one. So, ooh, it's pretty dense. Well, let's take it up. Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud? Yes.
Kokomi? Oh no, she's fallen. Can I feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got... You sure that's a... She does look pretty exhausted.
Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you see? What time is it?
Yep, you've been out for ages.
I can't believe it. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's the...
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy!
A friend of mine was really looking forward to this feast. Even
Let's dance.
Everyone hold hands!
Our bond is strong. Kamisato out. Selector. My apologies. Stand with me.
Hey!
Whirling snow. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Take flight! So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech.
Oh, how much energy will that take?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two.
That's great! We'll be rooting.
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion, and I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talk.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace. Recently, well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you.
Oh!
Come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight.
Okay, well...
Come visit Watatsumi Island whenever you want.
I do hope the future will be free from the trials and tribulations of the past.
Hey there! Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue. Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryo Commission and the... It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If...
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that... Ugh. This guy smells of booze.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Sword, you actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon.
Nuh-uh. We would never...
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in it.
This guy. What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about that.
Drop! Starball!
You're a strong fighter. No wonder her ex... You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade. We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from... We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on... We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something... Yeah, everything you said just... Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard...
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're for the sake of victory. We embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead.
Too late? What are you... Darn. Doesn't seem... What are we gonna do? This is really serious. So, we found out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the they wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they...
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to...
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral it would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards and, not to mention, that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot.
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Let's meet here again tomorrow. Oh, how exciting! I've been waiting for you for... Everyone hold hands! Let the show begin. Dissipate! Yeah. My apologies! Unthinkable! Take... Hey! The Temple of Wisdom! Stand with me! My apologies! Sakura Swirl! Take flight! Let's dance! Our bond is strong! Let the show be... Stand with me! Yeah! Whirling step! A minute to memory! Yeah! Dissipate! My apologies! Yeah! Blink! Let me amuse myself a little. Take flight! Just once more.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. Stand with me!
I see everything!
Yeah! Ha! Hip! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! I shall treasure this good fortune.
Everyone hold hands!
Let's dance. Our bond is strong. Whirling snow. Embrace the ice.
To the very picked the wrong test subject.
I see everything!
Dissipate.
That tingle?
Our bond is strong.
everything! Let the show be...
Stand with me! My apologies! So rude!
I got careless.
Whirling snow! A blade embraces its duty. As a jeweler
Well, the peace talk. Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes. I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated... Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of us...
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is but any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing?
Excellent.
Everyone hold hands!
No one met. Take flight. Kamisato art. Sometsu. I shall treasure this good fortune.
I see everything!
Amber, reporting. Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
I've been waiting for you for ages. Yeah! It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the proceedings. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation.
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission, while any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the...
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going...
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to... Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission or...
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable, not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's...
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from... Comrades, never trust the Kujo! Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this—
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all,
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and start— With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off—
That's enough! When we return, there will— Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely— You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever. So, what did they want?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their—
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this.
But of course, Madam Kujo. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable—
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou— As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample
Seems like Kujo Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should—
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people, and I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory. even if it...
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect. During the war there were highs and there were lows, and in the end there was a glorious victory. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault, it was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will...
Your Excellency, what...
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is a... I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time. All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more and if there is, there will be no more leniency from me. Whatever...
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency.
I think that I can feel my energy levels starting to drop.
General Goro around, even on the front lines. Nothing bad will happen.
much remains unfinished.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on... recovering. Slowly. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, in the past, I was concerned only with what, but I realized now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you...
So this is a day in the life of the trap.
haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of...
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing more at it.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop.
This, my friends, is the next big thing.
A wish ritual? That actually worked, right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money, like a lot. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his
whole bed was filled with... Wow!
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit... Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around.
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask... Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally...
Please speak to President Summer.
On closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon.
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my...
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me. Okay.
Incantation? Are you guys trying...
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I'm helping him. I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is extremely important to me. People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about...
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know...
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. All right, enough.
Look, to be completely honest, I think you need to sit down and have a good think about what... Look at you now. Trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Wait. What? This...
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared as a fellow writer. I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is...
Look, Junkichi. Yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard...
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with...
This is start... Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask... She's the expert when it comes to both... You're here!
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel. Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just... actually. You look kind
No, not at all. It's nothing major.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word. Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to be... Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find...
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you, he's not acting like...
Oh, all right. Then tell me.
About...
5?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't...
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you...
well, they're kind of...
Whatever. Let me ask you this.
What? Room...
Oh dear. Well...
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject. This is someone's life we're...
Miko, he seems really desperate. His thing with his brother sounds really bad. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Yay, Miko!
Kato, whatever your name was. These two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine. And in fact...
Yeah! Wait a...
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight.
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
Now hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't exorcists.
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of... It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically... Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Don't you think it would be a little unfair? Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too.
This feels all wrong.
All right, let's go. Don't worry.
Okay, let's follow Yohei and go What is going on here? Granted, you can never be quite sure what's going on in Miko's mind, but she seems even more disinterested than usual.